How often do you have questions about running your business? Stop guessing. Get real answers to all your business questions. Unlimited access to business advisors for the expert advice you need, when you need it. Go to onemorecustomer.tv now.
Welcome to TwinCities.com and another edition of Tark Talk. We're coming into week number 3, but before we get to week number 3, what did you see in week 2?
A lot of interesting things. 2 quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. They're getting old. You know, we don't want our heroes to get old. And I think Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, when you look at the greatest quarterbacks ever to play, you put them in the mix. They have been sensational. But we get hurt. And we get older, and things don't work as well. Maybe we lose a little bit off our fastball. We don't have quite the touch. We don't have quite the quickness of feet. And you see them in that body in their jerseys. You say, well, God, they look the same. Mm-hmm. But they're not. I saw Peyton do things Monday night against the Falcons that I've never seen him do. He threw into coverage. He looks like he was confused. He doesn't have quite the arm strength. Brady hasn't looked like Brady in 2 years. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. With quarterbacks. And now we're seeing a whole new group of quarterbacks. RG3. You guys got to see Andrew Luck last week. We got our own Christian Ponder. Right. And you're seeing a whole new generation of quarterbacks come up. And it's kind of exciting to see the new wave. And I think we've got more good young quarterbacks coming up in the league than I've ever seen. First of all, we're letting them play earlier. Right. And here you got Russell Wilson, who played over in Wisconsin last year. And he goes at, they say he's 5'10", 5'11". I think he's 5'10", if that. But he can play. Yep. I was 6 foot tall. Now, Bud Grant used to say to people, he was only 5'10". I'm 6 feet tall, Bud. I measured 6 feet tall, 190 pounds when I played. I'm 6 feet tall, 188 pounds today. That's what but, as you get older, you get hurt. Peyton's had neck injuries, your arm. I had a broken shoulder for my last 4 or 5 years, and you have to play through that. And they can play with their guile, but they're never going to play at the level we saw them play with before. Will Peyton play better than he did? You better believe he will. But you look at the difference of Eli. Eli throws 3 interceptions in the first against Tampa Bay. Right. Team gets behind. Right. But he's still 31. And he ends up throwing for 510 yards, and they end up winning. Right. And Atlanta didn't run away from the Broncos last Monday night, but Peyton couldn't get there. Came close, but couldn't get there. So this week, what are we going to talk about? What do you want to hear about?
I want to know what you saw in week number 2 from the Vikings going up against Indianapolis. Heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, you play on the road, play in a dome. Andrew Luck's first time. He's a real deal. They got a real football team. And we could have won the game. We could have, taken it to overtime. Didn't work out. Lose by what, 3 points? Mm-hmm. Not a bad game. Okay. NFL's tough. Our team, I think, is just developing. The one thing we've got is continuity of leadership. You look at the best franchises, Pittsburgh. They've had 3 coaches since 1969. Same ownership. Same infrastructure. That's what's important. And, I think the Will family's done a great job of bringing stability to the franchise. Great management team that stayed together. They've had to change coaches here, and I think they've made a great selection in Leslie Frazier. And, and now we're rebuilding. And I think we're doing a good job of that. We got the great tackle that's going to be a kind of a Ron Yeri. Matt Khalil, is that how you pronounce his name? Real deal. Percy Harvey's looking good. But, it's we're a team in development. We got to play San Francisco this week. I think the 49ers are the best team in football today. Right. Now, will they be at the end of the year? I don't know. Are they going to get injuries in this? But right now, they're the best team, and they're playing the best. Right. That's a bad combination. We're playing them out there on the road. Can we win? Sure, can win any game. Who thought that Arizona was going to come to New England and beat the Patriots? But they are where we want to get to. Right. They got depth. But I think that our biggest question mark maybe a year ago was who's the quarterback of the future. I think we've answered. I think Christian Ponder is the quarterback of the present and the future, and I think he's going to be a star in the league. And but it's a long season, so who knows what'll work out. Chicago didn't look too good last week, did they?
No, they
and
didn't.
Neither did Detroit. So I really think that our top competition in the division is the Green Bay Packers, and I think we can play with the other teams, and I think we can play with Green Bay. We'll see how it falls.
Yes, we can. And you heard it here first from Hall of Fame quarterback Mr. Fran Tarkenton, and make sure to join us back next week for another edition of Tark Talk.